going on, Jerome's? Another action-packed week of college football is in the books. Taking a look at where the Vikings quarterback big board currently stands. A little bit of movement, but mainly that's just for fun. Like you notice how Draftniks will release their mock draft like a couple weeks out, and then a week closer it'll change, and then it'll change again. Like what changed? Like what really changed? But you got to change a couple things to keep it spicy, keep it interesting. So some movement on our top 14, I guess. So Trevor Lawrence at the top, number 3, Clemson, 45-10. Put the bang thing on Virginia Tech. Now, this was not the sharpest Trevor Lawrence game, but 12-22 for a $195, 1 touchdown, 1 pick, 77.2 QBR. Also ran in 2 touchdowns as well. I mean, Virginia Tech, respect it. They always tend to have a tough defense there in Blacksburg, and it was a game in the first half, 17-10 before Clemson pulled away. ACC championship game coming up on the 19th. Ooh, the rematch against Notre Dame, where Trevor Lawrence actually going to play. Bring it on. College football is great. Number 2, Justin Fields. Number 4, Ohio State, 52-12, thumping at Michigan State, which wasn't even that close. It was ugly. And you saw the full spectrum of Justin Fields. So 17-24, $199, 2 touchdowns, 95.7 QBR. Also ran in 2 touchdowns as well, 100 yards rushing. Dropped some absolute dimes. He did. Like, this was a picture-perfect Justin Fields game. Big respect. Next week, Michigan? Question mark. Allegedly, Michigan may cancel, but apparently there are contingency plans for Ohio State to get another game so that they'll be eligible for the Big Ten title game. Number 3, so we got Kyle Trask moving up a little bit over my guy, Zach Wilson. It hurts. But respect where it's due. Kyle Trask, number 6, Florida, 31-19, drubbing at Tennessee in Knoxville, 35 of 49, 433, 4 touchdowns, 88.6 QBR. Some big time throws. Again, a lot of RPO, a lot of spread option, a very collegiate offense. But damn, Gina, you cannot ignore the absolute bang thing production that Trask is putting up this year. He really is pulling a Joe Burrow, where being an starter last year for Florida, and then just thwack. You love it, man. I think that he is the front runner for the Heisman. I think that is Trask and Mac Jones to lose. And then also, they're going to square off in the SEC title game in 2 weeks. So that will be a ton of fun as well. Number 4, so our guy, Zach Wilson. Now, given my druthers, I would still take Zach Wilson also, and I think that Wilson will go higher than Trask, specifically because of Trask's lack of mobility. Plus, I do question that pocket awareness just a tad. I think potentially 6 quarterbacks go in the first round, but I think there is a clear big 4 in Lawrence, Fields, Trask, and Lance, and then, Lawrence, Fields, Wilson, and Lance. Was that a Freudian slip? I don't know. And then Trask and Jones may sneak into the back end of the first round, even though they had gaudy SEC production, man. But yeah, Zach Wilson, BYU took that game on 2 days' notice. Coastal Carolina, 22-17 loss, 19 of 30 for 240, a touchdown, 1 pick, 71.8 QBR. Also added 55 yards rushing. And man, Coastal Carolina, the Chanticleers respect. That defense is legit, but they took some cheap ass shots on Zach Wilson, notably that Hail Mary before the half, where they're just getting after it. But yeah, again, I do respect Zach Wilson. There is just some things that he can do arm talent-wise that the other quarterbacks simply cannot. And there really is a lot of Patrick Mahomes to his game. Where you'll notice that Mahomes, watch today how many times that there's a throw where Mahomes doesn't have his feet set, where his feet are off the ground. Usually he's rolling to the right, and it is like watching a shortstop make a throw over to first. Zach Wilson has that as well, and they are absolute dimes, where it's just fun to see, man. But next week at San Diego State, number 5, Mac Jones. Oh, also, I can hear, well, if there's a big 4 and then 2 guys maybe get into the first round, how come they're in a different order? Because we like to shuffle things around. We're having fun, man. So Mac Jones, number 1, Bama, up 1 spot, 55-17 win at LSU, Death Valley in prime time. They rescheduled this game, 20 of 28 for 385, 4 touchdowns, and 99.6 QBR, which is as close to perfect as you can almost get. Devonta Smith, Najee Harris, each had 3 touchdowns apiece. And man, like we said, I think this is a spot where Mac Jones is more of a point guard as opposed to a legitimate scorer himself, but yeah, he is an absolute dynamite distributor of the football, great college quarterback. We'll see if that translates to the pros. I think it will. Frankly, I mean, all these quarterbacks besides Lawrence do have their faults, and Lawrence does as well. just hard to find. So I'm rooting for all of them, man. But yeah, they all have supreme talent, and frankly, if the Vikings land any of them, I'll be excited about it. Unless it's Tanner Morgan. So then I would have issues. But Bama and Florida getting it on, the Heisman battle. I think whoever has a better game and whose team comes out top may have the edge in the Heisman voting. Number 6, no pants for Trey Lance, down in one spot again. It's frustrating, man. It's rough. It's rough for the Pride of Marshall, Minnesota. Number 7, Desmond Ridder. Bye this week. Next week, they're at number 24, Tulsa, which will be a big test. I mean, Tulsa does have some legitimate NFL caliber talent on that defense, so I think it's going to be a great challenge for Cincinnati. Number 8, De'Ara King. 10, Miami put the bang thing 48-0 on Duke. Finally, you had the De'Ara King not challenge, just smooth sailing game. 16 of 24, 248, 3 touchdowns, 90.9 QBR. Also ran for 46 yards and a touchdown. And they didn't need the De'Ara King heroics, which we've seen many times this year, which is something I really love about him. And I understand that. Is he more of a thrower? Is he more of an athlete than a quarterback and a passer? I think that he is trending towards the latter this season. I think that his transfer from Houston was smart. And yeah, you just see him up against higher end competition, just consistently dragging this team through. And he is a true blue leader. And I understand he's going to fall because of the height, as well as maybe there's some question about his track record as a quarterback. But I like him. I like him, man. Number 9. Speaking of athletic guy who's going to get knocked because of his height, so Ian Book, number 2, Notre Dame, up 2 spots, 45-21 win against Syracuse, 24-37, 285, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick, 92.1 QBR, also ran for 2 touchdowns as well. Really did do it all, and collision course, ACC title game. Can he do it twice this year? Can he beat Clemson at full strength with Trevor Lawrence? It's going to be a hell of a game. Also, it's super weird. This is the first time in like 140 years that Notre Dame is going to be playing for a conference championship. It's just weird, man. 10. So Sam Ehlinger down 1 spot this week through no fault of his own, by the way. It's just more that Ian Book rose up. But a nice win in Manhattan, 69-31 at Kansas State. 20 of 27, 274, 2 touchdowns at 87.4 QBR. This really was the Bijan Robinson and Roschon Johnson show. 6 touchdowns between them, 311 yards rushing. I mean, Sam Ehlinger didn't really need to do much, but he looked good, didn't make mistakes. Next week they're at Kansas. Should be another repeat as they take on the Jayhawk State? Yeah. Number 11, Brock Purdy, Iowa State, down 1 spot, but again, through no fault of his own, 42-6 win against West Virginia Mountain Mama, 20-23, 247, 4 touchdowns, 99.6 QBR, 38 rushing yards, and a touchdown as well. This is good Brock. And I think more than any other quarterback on this list, Brock Purdy can have good Brock. He can have bad Brock for sure. It's not always pretty, but also he can throw from base, and he kind of is like Kirk Cousins. If he has protection and things are great around him and he has good receivers, he can do some things, right? But if it gets a little bit off schedule, yeah. But big ups to Matt Campbell and the Cyclones. They got the Big 12 title game looming, so it should be great. 12, Kellen Mond, 5, Texas A&M. You always forget Texas A&M is the SEC. It's still weird to me, but they got a win 31-20 at Auburn. Hard-fought win. Auburn made a game towards the end, but Kellen Mond, a nice bounce-back game. He was bad last week. 18-23, a $196, 2 touchdowns, 95.7 QBR, 60 yards rushing, and a touchdown. Made some legit NFL throws. I think Kellen Mond has an opportunity to be one of the better sleepers in this draft, because I think the cat is obviously out of the bag on Zach Wilson. It's out of the bag on Desmond Ridder, but I think Kellen Mond could be in that late 3rd, early 4th round range where you do have a guy with great physical skills, a live arm, and also has been playing a big time program. And I think that he could convert very well with a year or two into the pro style game. I do really like the talent of Kellen Mond. Next week they host Ole Miss. Then Jamie Newman, chilling. Jamie Newman's gonna fall, man. Everything that is against Trey Lance for not playing this year, same thing's gonna happen with Jamie Newman. But Jamie Newman's talented, man. Go back and watch some of that Wake Forest tape. He is damn legit. And 14, Tanner Morgan, their game against Northwestern got canceled. Next week they're allegedly going to be at Nebraska, and that's it. That's a look at the quarterback big board. Some shifting around for funsies. Why the hell not? But what are your thoughts? Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support that work? Post on the Venmo. But until next time, Skol, production value.